I walk pretty much everywhere in Rome, but today I'm walking to the bus. So it's not unusual to wait a while for a bus in Rome. Usually they're pretty good, but sometimes you have to wait. I just waited half an hour and I realized that the bus I want is detoured. And so rather than stop where I was waiting, it's stopping up the street. So thankfully the bus I needed arrived right after I got there. And so just 15 minutes later, I'm here. So here I am, St. Paul, outside the walls, beautiful church, my favorite church in Rome. I was talking about it yesterday on Tipsy Tuesday, and I realized how much I missed this place, so I wanted to pay it a visit. So I jumped on a bus by St. Peter's, and 20 minutes later, here I am. So this church is built over the tomb of St. Paul. He was martyred not far from here, and then they brought him here to a cemetery, buried him, and they built a little chapel over that spot, and then Constantine built this giant basilica over the tomb. And then in the 1800s, there was a guy working on the roof. He was a little careless, left an oil lantern burning, burned the church to the ground. So this church is actually one of the newest churches in Rome, 150 years old. St. Paul, as I mentioned, he was martyred nearby. He was a Roman citizen. So he was a Roman citizen because he's from the town of Tarsus, which is where Cleopatra and Mark Antony met. And that was such a big deal that they gave everyone there Roman citizenship. So because Paul was a Roman citizen, he wasn't subjected to a horrific death like Peter, who was crucified upside down. Rather, they brought him nearby here and they chopped his head off. So much quicker and more humane way to go. And the tradition says that when they chopped his head off, it bounced 3 times. Each time it hit the ground, a fountain sprung up. So there's a church built over that spot too called Tre Fontane, the 3 fountains. So that's it. I'm going to take you in, show you around. So it was a great visit. Good to be back at my favorite church again after, goodness, 6 months. So now I'm headed back to the bus, and then I'm going to a cafe. So there's a cafe over here that I've wanted to go to for a few months now, and I haven't been over here, so I haven't gone. So I'm gonna give it a try. Got off the bus. You can see I'm here at the Pyramid of Cestius, just outside the walls of Rome by the train station. But from here I walk to the cafe. This is kind of crazy. Since I mentioned St. Paul's my favorite church, it just occurred to me I've never gone there by myself. I've only taken people there or gone there with groups. I've never been by myself. So today is my first day venturing out to St. Paul outside the walls alone. Crazy. There are, of course, thousands of places in Rome to get an excellent cappuccino, but there are some places that take their coffee very, very seriously, and so I like to find those places and try them when I can. So since I was in the neighborhood, I decided I would stop by and visit. Now, the way I found this place is on Instagram. They have their Instagram account. They post pictures of their coffee and their pastries, and they have this pastry occasionally. It's called the Coffee Cruffin, and I can't wait until they get those back because they just look amazing. I'm now walking through one of my favorite places in the world, Circus Maximus. You can see the big field behind me, the ruins of Palatine Hill. Really, more than anywhere else in Rome, this spot feels very historic. So I think that's why I love it so much. And so anytime I'm in the area, I always have to walk through just to be here. So now I'm outside this church of San Giorgio. See it here, very old church. This is where tradition says Romulus and Remus washed ashore. This was kind of a marshy area. This is also where they tossed Saint Sebastian after they first tried to kill him. He's known as the twice martyred saint. And inside here, they have the skull of St. George. And just like that, 4 hours later, 5 miles walked, a bunch of churches, a really good coffee, some old stuff, and a bunch of other things. And I'm back where I started.